Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Great Southern Bank, Shelter Insurance, Labor's Local 663, the Bank of Billings. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Welcome to the show here. Continuing with our basketball previews here at MissouriSportsNetwork.com. East Newton Patriots head boys basketball coach, Coach Kyle Fields. Coach, hey, thanks so much for your time today.
You bet. Glad to be on.
Coach, you're coming out of 26-3 a year ago, maybe the best season the Patriots have ever had in high school basketball. Talk a little bit, about last season, how special that was at East Newton.
Yeah, I mean, of course, had a great year, had a great group of kids, and team chemistry was phenomenal. They wanted to compete every day, whether we're in practice or, no matter where that we were at, they're competing their tails off. And it was fun to be around them. And, it was a great year.
Looking back at that season, 26-3 a year ago, coming into the 21-22 season, what are you going to have to replace off that team? Who are some of those guys that are going to have to step up and maybe fill some shoes?
You bet. We've got a really good senior class coming back, and they've been kind of playing in those guys' shadows a little bit. And every day in practice, they've had to compete against, four really good players, and now they kind of feel it's their time to be leaders and to compete at a high level, and kind of it's their team, and they're ready for it.
Who are some of those kids you've got coming back, and what's their experience level like, and what are their tools, so to speak?
Yeah, absolutely. Gabe Bergen, he's been a really good athlete for us in three sports here. Kelton Sorrell's a phenomenal guard, really quick, jumps well, can shoot it. And those are two seniors that played. We only about six deep last year, is what kind of rotation was. But we've got Garrett Downham, which can shoot it. He's a really good spot up kid, and he's a great defender. Robbie McFarland's a real good defender, and Marshall Renner. So there's several guys that we're going to look, to, whether they're a junior and a senior, but we're going to have definitely some newcomers that people don't know about. But I feel like they're just going to step in and kind of pick up where we left off.
What's the off season been like for you? I know Michigan's kind of changed rules with regards to availability of coaches up to, I believe, 3 hours a week now. What's the off season, been like for you? And you're getting ready to lace them up for real here in just a few days.
Right. Well, at East Newton, we push our kids to play three sports, and we want them competing in all seasons. And so a lot of our kids do. They go compete in football, they go compete in cross country, and the kids that we have in the fall have done a really good job, 3 hours a week, and competing and work on their skill level. And so it's been good, that they know that if it's off season, it's not off season. So they're still competing hard and working on the track and running and getting good conditioning in. But we look forward to it.
As you look at the schedule coming into this season, kind of compare and contrast it to last season's schedule. If you added some games, had to pick some teams up, a lot of times, teams have tremendous seasons and people drop them. Talk a little bit about your schedule and any changes you might have.
We've stuck hard to it. We want to compete against really tough, big schools. And, a game we picked up with the added of Misha this year is, adding that extra game, we picked up Ava, which was our sectional game last year. And I think they might have lost a player, maybe two, but still have the real good Dalton kid coming back. And so they're going to come to East Newton. And so kind of a replay, if you will, of the sectional 4A game last year. So, it'll be fun. And but we play, Joplin and Webb and a bunch of schools a lot bigger than us, but we got to go compete every night. So
handicap, that west side of the Big 8 conference. Who's got what coming back? Obviously, you guys, had a tremendous season a year ago. Kind of handicap that a little bit, and kind of where do you see yourselves fitting in?
I'd like to say at the very top. I think if we can, come to play every night, I think that we ought to be up there in the top of it. But there's some good schools. Nevada's been really tough. McDonald County's got a lot of kids coming back, and uh, there's some good schools for sure. So we're gonna have to, try to, keep that title on our side. So, look forward to that.
You bet. We've been visiting Coach Fields from East Newton Patriots boys basketball head coach. And Coach, again, thanks so much for your time. And hopefully we'll get to do this as the season goes on and get some reports on the Patriots. But thank you so much.
All right, absolutely. Thank you.
You bet. You're listening to Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Keep it right here.